Check. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long with this video. This video is on the law of rhythm. It's one of 7 videos that I've been discussing the 7 Hermetic principles, better known today as the universal laws. I haven't been talking about them in any particular order. It's been all over the place, but there is an order to them. But anyway, let me hit this so we can get into it. Hold on, so let me get a water right quick. It's pretty. All right, so hold on, I'm getting one more time. All right, so right quick before we get into the law of rhythm, I got to touch on the law of polarity because the law of rhythm is a direct play off of the law of polarity. Really, all of the other principles they like spring out of the law of polarity, I feel like. It's just intertwined in everything. I guess they all play off of each other though. But anyway, I digress. So the reason why is because the law of polarity is dealing with the opposites. It's dealing with the two ends of the spectrum. So it deals with east and west, left and right, up and down. It deals with the duality and everything. So it's dealing with hot and cold. Right? It could be a pool of water. The water could be hot or the water could be cold. It's still the same water. But polarity is dealing with opposites in extremes. So one extreme or the other. But we're talking about the same stream of energy. All right, so the law of rhythm deals with the flow of energy swaying from one end to the other. The pendulum swinging back and forth from one extreme to the next. Constantly. The law of rhythm deals with cycles. Like if you know, life itself is a cycle. Everything, the universe itself works in the cycle. So we're talking about like an ebb and flow to everything. In the ocean, you see the big waves and like always like followed by some little waves or vice versa. Either or, it's always that flow. So take nature for example, like right now it's winter time and then spring, summer, fall, and then back to winter. and then back to spring, summer, fall, right? So the law of rhythm, that's what it is the cycle. It's dealing with one extreme to the other, and back to the other extreme, and back to the other, and back to the other. This is where you get, you can't have the good without the bad. The pendulum is going to swing from one end to the other. So everything that goes up must come down. What goes around comes back around. This is talking about cycles. Take a woman's menstrual cycle, for example. That's the law of rhythm. The moon, because her period is ruled by the moon anyway, right? The moon is a cycle. It's the new moon, then the waxing moon, then the full moon, and then the waning moon, and then back to the new moon, and it's a cycle. You see the moon lights up slowly, lights up all the way, and then the light fades, and then the light gains back through the month, and then the next month. So everything is working in a cycle, including everything in our lives. So our relationships, our hard times, our good times, our moods, hence mood swings, the pendulum swinging from one end to the other. Our emotions are also operating in a cycle. Our overall energy, you up, you might be happy, you might be real motivated to do shit, and then there comes a time you gotta rest, right? You ain't your energy low and all, so you gotta lay down, you gotta rest. And then it's back up, and then it's back laying down again. So this is the law of rhythm in effect. So whenever we go in magic, whenever you go to manifest something, and I say magic, we can just say manifest, but I say, because I'm into discussing magic on the channel, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, a lot of times, we manifesting regardless. Rather, most people, the majority of people ain't into the deliberate practice of magic, but everybody's still manifesting different things every day. Or causing things to disappear. Same thing, just the opposite. But magic, whenever you go to do a spell or a ritual, something like that, all you doing then, we're just planting seeds and understanding the law of rhythm. So the same way that a gardener goes to the garden and plants a seed and then has to water it, give it its whatever nourishment it needs. You know what I'm saying? It has to feed energy to the seed. Because the seed ain't just gonna spring forth at once. And that's why we miss out on a lot of our wishes don't get fulfilled, because we don't be having the patience to deal with the cycle of receiving. We just want the instant gratification. So as soon as we plant a seed of desire, something that we want, like if it doesn't come about right then and there, like we might give it a hot second to materialize, but most things we just move on from, right? Um, in magic, that's the other part is you still got to understand that there's still work to be done outside of doing the magic spell. Like the magic spell or the ritual you're doing, that's equivalent to planting the seed. So you're planting the seed in the ether, in the cosmos. You're planting your intentions out to the universe for the universe to send it back to you in physical form. Or in other words, you are handing the instructions over to your subconscious mind for your subconscious mind then to manifest it. But regardless, it still works in the cycle. Rather how fast the cycle or slow the cycle might be, it still has to go through a process. The same as the seed in the garden does. So understanding the law of rhythm when it comes to manifesting and planting them seeds, you know that you plant the seed and okay, let me go do my part, do the work in the real world, right? That's how we feed energy to the seed. And then the cycle comes around and voila. Because the pendulum is going to swing to the other end, the polarity. That's why you have something at one point in your life and then you don't. And then you have it again and then you don't. Like, so these laws are at play, whether we're aware of them or not, whether we decide to play with them or not. Because the idea is to understand these things so that we can because once you understand the game, the idea isn't to fight against it. The idea isn't to go against it. The idea is to go with the flow. The idea is to get in rhythm, get in the rotation that we want to be in. The universe, I'm going to say this and get up off of here. The universe, as I'm saying, is just a loop. Everything is operating on the loop. I don't even know you, but I know every day you doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over. It operates on a loop. So whenever we evolve some, learn the lessons that we are supposed to learn and conquer certain aspects of ourselves, that's like how we move the loop along to where instead of just going in a circle in place, then as we evolve and we start to overcome these challenges that are there for a reason, then it's still a cycle, but it's moving along from standing still to going like more like in the spiral, in the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the idea of where we want to be. You know what I'm saying? We want our loop to be spiraling in a good way. As instead just to stay on the same loop of the exact same over and over and over and over and over and over. If we're not conquering our vices, and if we're not evolving, we're not growing, that's just to say that we're just stuck in that same loop. We're just trapped in that aspect of polarity, of the have and have nots. So anyway, I'm gonna get up off of here. I'm gonna leave it at that.